Welcome in to the U92 studio. It is an MSI Friday here in Morgantown, West Virginia. Luke Blain, sports managing editor of the Daily Athenaeum, leading the charge today alongside Brian McQuillen, my sports features editor, Cam Scott, U92 sports director, and Joey Bray, sports producer over there at U92. Over there. Under there, really. Well, about to be over there. Those new upstairs studios we're getting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really excited.
I promise you I'm more excited.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
we don't have to do the new software, I think, is what I'm most excited about. And a shiny new studio for us to play with, too. It'll be yeah.
I went in there and walked around a little bit.
I'm definitely going to go check it out once we're done here. There's a new door. The old door from their original U92 studios on there. That's what that stickered door is. It's exciting.
It's a very important door.
Apparently, I don't really know much of the lore about the door.
The
door lore, you could say, but
I'd never heard about it until I heard Anissa talking about it.
Right.
And how that was a big
They're very
part
fired
of
up
the
about
renovation. It was the renovations were really centered around that old door.
yeah,
It literally was.
it was the the alumni board was really banging the drum for this door.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I need to inquire more about that door.
you know what?
as
I
well.
do too. And once I do, I'll report back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about it. So we're going to start off today with an up and down week for WVU men's basketball. We're going to start with the good for Mountaineer fans as they would perceive it. WVU had a really strong first half against the University of Cincinnati Sunday, 40 points in just one half of play. Felt like a much-needed bounce-back game, I believe it was. Javon Small, 19 points, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. Right behind him was Joseph Yesufu. Joseph Yesufu, what a day. 6 for 6 from the floor, 4 for 4 from three-point range. It doesn't get better than that. 11 rebounds from Hansberry, nearly a double-double with 8 points. And, WVU just started hot out of the gate. A really great day shooting as a whole, 50% from beyond the arc. And Cincinnati just wasn't there with him. Cincinnati, 17 of 54 from the floor. WVU was making shots and Cincinnati wasn't, and it kind of feels like it's almost as simple as that, Brian.
Yeah, definitely needed the win. Definitely needed the win. Been a rough stretch for them after the Iowa State game. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but even late in this game, Cincinnati was able to bounce back a little bit, cut the deficit. But I just think what fears me a little bit about this team is that when they get big leads, they get a little complacent, kind of take shots too late in the shot clock, and it really worries me because it's for me, it's I'm thinking if this is working with them, getting Javon Small to score early in the shot clock, if that's working, just keep doing it. Even when you're up by 15, up by 10, because that's when teams tend to fight back. And Cincinnati's a solid team. They've struggled in Big 12 play, but they have Dylan Mitchell, the transfer from Texas. They got a couple guards, Day Thomas and Dan Skillings Jr. came off the bench. He's been hurt this year, but they needed the win. I know we'll get into their game that happened a couple days ago, but they needed the win and to keep their tournament hopes alive. But it just looks like. We saw the news with Tucker. Jaden Stone's still not on the court. It looks like they're just running out of gas a little bit. I know Oconee got hurt. I believe it was the Cincinnati game where Oconee got hurt, but. They're just honestly, they're getting a little gas. They're getting tired. Javon Small, I say this every week, but teams just send two guys at him off the pick and roll. And, what is he supposed to do? And, he's been the guy, too. So it's you can't not play with Javon Small as your primary ball handler. And you kind of said it, too, Luke. Yesufu's been huge for them as well. Eduardo Andre's been solid. I think they got to get Jonathan Powell going from 3. He was 1 for 8 the other night. But, when he gets it going from 3 and really spaces out the floor, it opens up shots for Monty Hansberry, and it gets the paint open for Eduardo Andre. But, the season's, this is the biggest stretch of the season coming up. A lot left to be played, and I think that they're really going to have to rack up some wins to, keep up their tournament hopes.
Yeah, I think Luke made a good point when he said that, West Virginia just made shots and Cincinnati didn't, and that was kind of the story of that game last Sunday. But I think it's interesting because we talked about, the 3 previous games before this against Arizona State, Kansas State, Houston. They lost all of those games. They did not shoot the ball at all. The offense was not efficient whatsoever. I wouldn't say the offense was perfect by any means in this win against Cincinnati, but it definitely did enough, I think. And, Brian, obviously has very valid concerns about this team as far as, when they get big leads, it feels like, it's never truly over. Like Cincinnati had a chance to claw their way back into this game, and it does feel like this team may be running out of a little bit of gas. Obviously, Tucker out for the year. You've just got injury worries, and it feels like Javon Small is doing all he can every single game. And, what did Brian say? I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I hate to be one too. You can't just have Javon Small playing 40 minutes a night and giving it his. He's going to run out of gas eventually.
I've got some positives.
Okay,
if we're interested,
let's do it.
We got a lot of sad faces here.
Let's do it.
When the Tucker injury was announced, the four of us sitting at this table right now looked at each other and said someone's going to have to step up. Javon Small was the guy that stepped up. Javon Small is now getting doubled, if not triple teamed, every time he has the ball at the top of the key, which is like the wear and tear of season, like throughout the year, kind of like both Brian and Joey, you guys mentioned. Like you just get tired, you get worn out, and like that's when injuries start to be a concern. And seeing a player like Joseph Yesufu kind of step up and take on some scoring ability, and putting up some good shots in like good situations. He was 6 for 6 from the field in this one. He didn't miss. 4 for 4 from 3 also. Like I don't know. That needs to be I think the main like positive takeaway from this. Like WV also getting out to that big lead and being able to hold on. Yeah, I would agree with you, Brian, that they definitely did get complacent. I think something that you mentioned this last week, Brian, I wanted to ask you about again, is when WVU gets out to these bigger leads, they kind of seem to go away from what got them that lead. Why? Yeah. Why do you think that is?
I think, sometimes, when you get those leads, you want to take off as much time as you can, but it's not like football where it's like you can do that.
You can't run the ball in this sport.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's a game of runs. It's really what it is. Like teams are very capable of going on 8-0 runs in under a minute. And when it's a 15-point game, 7-point game is a lot different than that. But, I think that a lot of it sometimes maybe they're just running out of gas because their bench depth really hasn't been there. Yesufu's been big. They kind of flip-flopped the starting lineup between Andre Hansberry. We've seen Powell in it for the majority of the season. But I think that it's really that they just run out of gas. And sometimes I think they settle too much for threes, too. Like, get to the rim, let Javon Small cook, let him get to the basket. But, yeah, they shot 50% from 3 against Cincinnati. But, prior to that, they didn't really shoot well from 3 at all. I think it was the Arizona State game. I think they hit like 1 or 2 threes. But, that's the thing. You can't really settle. I think they settle a little bit. But, that's why it's important to get off to these quick starts because when you play teams like Houston or, even like Kansas, even though they beat Kansas, but the top teams in the Big 12, like if you start down 8-0, 10-0, and you're not going to shoot, and you're not going to shoot well from 3, it's an uphill battle from there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh shoot. Excuse me. Man, it's early. Not really, but
it's 12:30.
Yeah. So I definitely you definitely want to try to take away some positives from this win, but also it's hard to not look at it through a lens of, well, they're not always going to shoot 50% from 3, right? And I do think the second half was a big issue. Being up 15 at the half and only winning by 12 after such a great first half is not something that you want to take lightly, really, because, what happens whenever, you saw it against TCU, which I feel like that might be a good transition into that, is you'll have a good lead and then it'll slip away and it'll just, it feels like they haven't been able to put together 2 really good halves of basketball yet. Especially against, I want to say it was Houston. They came out of the gate firing against Houston.
They looked awesome at a halftime, yeah.
Yeah, they had that game, I believe, within 4. So, and then you end up losing by 14 in that one. It's just the consistency. This team's just very streaky, I think, is their main issue at the moment.
Well, one last thing before we move to TCU on the Cincinnati game. What game was that? The press conference. What was the last home game? No.
Last home
game? It was
game?
Houston.
Yeah.
It was Houston?
Yeah.
DeVries talked a lot about like kind of getting their swagger back almost, and like I think he used the word spirit. WVU definitely like showed some of that spirit in this first half. To say that they continued that for 40 minutes, I don't think would be necessarily a fair assessment, but I think that there are definitely some positive takeaways from this first half. But like you said, Luke, putting 40 minutes of complete basketball together, like something we've talked about with the women's team too, like to kind of get them to that next level. We'll see what it kind of looks like going forward, but I think that a good first half and an okay second half kind of leaves us scratching our heads a little bit.
Yeah. So moving into TCU, WVU led 25-13 with 6 minutes to go in the first half and only took a 1-point lead into the locker room. And TCU just kept the momentum going from there into the second half. They went up big, and I don't think they ever trailed again in the second half after taking the lead. Another 20-piece from Javon Small, 4 for 10 from three-point range. Behind him, you had Joseph Yesufu, another solid day from 3 for 8. And then you had Andre, 5 for 5 from the field with 10 points. Looking on the flip side of it, you had 2 20-point scores for TCU with Vashawn Alette at 22 and Noah Reynolds at 20. And, I mean, a lot of people pointed at this game and said, look at the free throw differential. I mean, WVU had 5 chances from the line. TCU had 23. Now, obviously, that's going to have an impact, but whenever you're up by 12 points, I really don't think you get to blame the refs a whole lot. I think that, there are times where you can look at it and say, sure, but, I mean, WVU had every bit of an advantage in this one, and they let it slip away, plain and simple.
Yeah. Again, I think it's kind of been the story of the last couple of weeks, just running out of gas. But, I mean, Javon Small, 20 points, 7 assists. It's really trying to get that offense going. But, I mean, Yesterday, again, continuing to been kind of the bench spark for the team. Didn't really play much in the beginning of the year. A couple injuries went down. A couple players moved in and out of the rotation. But, it's you're not going to win many games shooting 26% from 3 in the Big 12 Conference. And, half of those threes came from Javon Small. Outside of him and Yesufu, the team only hit 1 3, and it's going to be hard to win games like that. And, TCU is a solid team, but that's the thing about the Big 12. Like, we say it every week, but, like, any game's winnable, any game's losable. I mean, West Virginia beat the number 2 team in the country. Next game, they lost to Arizona State. So, no knock on Arizona State, well-coached team, and, they've been in the tournament, recently in the last couple of years. But, it's and especially on the road. Any Big 12 win on the road is a good resume builder, but they haven't really been able to do that the last couple weeks. So you got to find ways to make free throws down the stretch too. I mean, when they go to the free throw line 5 times, we shot 5 free throws. That's gonna be tough to win games like that, and especially when TCU shoots 23 of them and shoots 87%. It's gonna be It's not a recipe for success.
Yeah, this was the reason why it was so hard for us to be positive about that win against Cincinnati, I think, is because, this loss against TCU, now it's 4 of your last 5 that you've lost, and it's just the same thing over and over again with this team. Like Brian says, I hate that I keep saying like Brian says, but it's
well, Brian's
really,
a smart guy.
Brian's a very smart guy, knows a lot about basketball, no doubt about it. But it's truly the same thing with this team. It just feels like they're running out of gas. It's the same thing. That win against Cincinnati, they were able to shoot 50% from 3, but Luke said that's not going to happen every night. You shoot 26% from 3 in this one, and you end up losing by 5. It was a close one. They had a chance to win this one, but TCU had control in the second half, it felt like. I mean, maybe the final score doesn't really do it justice, but another close loss.
Calling this game of runs would be I feel like the best way to kind of describe it. W gets out to a nice lead early in the first half, and then late in the second half, TCU storms back, and then ends up continuing that after halftime, and kind of just was able to take control there. WVU definitely threw some punches later in that game, but it was not enough, unfortunately. With these big swings, I feel like sometimes it can be kind of hard to keep your composure and kind of stick to what's worked with so much lead disparity. There was not only a couple lead changes, but this game was close and then not so close, I feel like, multiple times throughout.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I've seen this game play out this exact way a few too many times for WVU, right?
I'm having a hard time speaking. WVU has not won in Fort Worth since guess when?
I can't answer because I kind of looked at his screen.
The guess when makes me feel like it's been a while.
It's that's a good. Yeah.
More recent than 2015.
Yes, more recent than 2015.
18.
More recent than 2018.
20.
Yeah, well, if you're just going to keep naming years, eventually you're going to get down.
Well, yeah, I mean,
WVU has not won in Fort Worth since February 23rd, 2021.
Yeah.
And WVU has lost 4 straight to TCU now.
Yeah, it's because of that ugly court.
That court is brutal.
Hey,
Yeah.
they're all playing on
It's
the
so
same court.
bad.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
so
I know,
bad.
but
It's terrible.
I think it's kind of cool.
You do?
Yeah, it's
What do you
like-
think of Oregon's
It's kind of.
court? Did
I
they
was
fill
going
the
to
trees?
say that.
I mean,
I was going to say that.
It's something different, you know.
If there was like a pattern, yeah.
I know. I know what you're
It
saying.
just
but,
feels like
Why gray?
like-
Gray is not one of TCU's colors. Do they wear gray?
to a certain degree.
I guess it is. Is a horned frog gray? Is
Does
that
Boise State have a blue court? That's my thought.
Oh, I
on
really
this.
hope so.
that would make a lot of sense?
That feels like a big missed opportunity. If not,
Come on.
They don't.
What?
don't do.
That's
They play
horrible.
on a brown basketball court and a bright blue football field?
That's horrible.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think the court. It's so hard to watch on TV. I can't watch TCU games.
It's terrible.
And I mean, if I'm watching WVU, I'll turn it on. But like, it's so hard to look at.
Yeah.
It's so hard to look at.
It is exactly like the Oregon court, which I thought was
Oregon's
pretty cool when I was
Oregon's
a kid.
Probably
Not a
worse.
fan.
I think Oregon might be worse.
It definitely is because of the bright gold.
Right.
Yeah, that one's harder to look at.
Do we have an issue with the big West Virginia in the middle of WVU's court?
You know what, Luke? Yes, I do.
Really?
I kind of.
I do.
I
like
kind of.
it.
I like it.
Here's my issue. It's not a big enough contrast in color. In person, it looks so much better. On TV, it looks like someone spilled something. On TV, it looks so much. I think that WVU, the main floor at the Coliseum, is too bright. It's too light of it's like too light of a stain almost.
Yeah.
We're talking wood color here on Mountaineer Sports Insider, but like this stuff matters. When you look at the basketball courts all the time, like we do, you start to pick up on things like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I like it.
I like the state outline.
It looked better on whenever Fox was here, to be honest. I think part of it might be not to
they
knock
turn
on
up those
ESPN Plus.
shaders.
There's very good.
It's better. It's different equipment. It's worth noting.
There's very good student workers there, very capable. But I mean, there is a difference in equipment.
Were you there when we got Mounts going on this? He got really fired up about.
This does seem like something he would get fired up about. I was just
the
going to
court?
say.
Yeah. No, the Fox versus
Yeah.
the ESPN Plus. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. He's talked about that with me a lot, with his opinions on that. But he gives a unique perspective.
The lighting and colors inside the Coliseum have given me many headaches. So,
I mean, like us,
Yeah.
the four of us here have now all had to edit video of stuff that's gone on inside the Coliseum. It's not easy.
I've done like
I did
5
wrestling.
different stories on him.
It's
and
tough.
It doesn't get much better, but
I don't know how you do it.
The lighting's vicious, man.
gotta
It
make
is.
the most of these opportunities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're very
We can go back to talking about basketball.
Yeah.
now.
Do
let's
we
get back
do we
to
have any other thoughts about this game? I know I didn't really get to watch. I was on call for women, but we also had the
We,
92ers.
Luke.
What? Yes,
We were?
both of us.
Come on.
Yes, you're right.
Did I, wait, we got to.
Okay, wait, can we do burger race now? Because I want to put it in the episode.
Oh yeah. Listen, there was a mishap with going to break.
You know what?
It wasn't a mishap.
I think I don't
Yeah,
think I'm
no,
gonna
no,
call it a mishap.
I don't think it was a mishap.
I
Truly,
think
I
it was
think
a created opportunity. is
it
the
was a
word.
creative opportunity. I think there was divine intervention, that it happened during that exact timeout.
I'm not
where
sure
the-
what
when
he's
the-
talking about anymore.
when the burger race happened, and
For those who don't know what we're talking about,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
backtrack a little bit. One of like the timeout entertainment pieces that they do at the Coliseum is they put to the top of a hamburger bun like a suit on two students.
Yeah.
And then the patty, the bottom of the hamburger bun out about like I don't know about it's a
Like a half court, like right somewhere in there.
And they run back and forth from the baseline, putting these massive foam, as Luke called them, ingredients on top of like to make and then they jump on at the end for the burger. So it's referred to as the burger race.
yeah,
We were supposed to hit a break,
but we never got the clear.
but we
for
never.
Brett.
But Brett, who was running the board back here at the station, never told us clear. So we did not know if we were on the air or not.
Yeah.
So Luke takes his headset off and whispers to me, "If I don't hear clear before they start, I'm calling the burger race." And at that point,
And I had told you this before. Like I wanted to call
yes,
it.
and I
one
had to
day.
make a sports director decision on the spot, being like, I have to let him do this,
Yeah.
right? Like I can't. This is if it's not on the air, so what? It's hilarious, and me and Brett just get to enjoy it. If it is on the air, all the lucky people listening get to hear a play-by-play breakdown of the burger race. So I'll put that here in the episode.
We might be at break, we might not, but we also have the burger race here. I forget the names of the two contestants, but they are neck and neck in the burger relay. They both have the cheese. They set it down. The one closest to the media booth looks like he has a little bit of an edge. Oh no, the cheese fell off. He's got to go back and put it up, and the guy on the far lane gets the tomato, and he puts it back down. He's a whole ingredient ahead as the first racer has the tomato while he's already on the lettuce. And he's taking his time. He's taking a slow jog. He knows he has it. No need to exert energy. He's waving up the crowd as he puts the pickle down and he jumps on top. The burger is complete.
So
it was awesome.
I hope you. I didn't hear it because that's going to be edited in post. But I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, now you're ruining the magic of it.
Well,
Luke,
you can't ruin that magic. That was really magical.
Oh, it was awesome.
But no, it was fun. So I guess we'll use that as a transition into the women's team. Women are coming off of a big week. Also, happy late National Women and Girls in Sports Day. That was this week. I believe that was that
Wednesday. We got a big win for that.
Yeah, big win for Women in Sports Day.
Yeah, man.
So the WVU women's team, just total dominance over Kansas. I think you would have wished for a bit more in the offensive side earlier in the game, but it was a good game. On the defensive side, they held the Big 12's third leading scorer to just 12 points and 9 turnovers. You will absolutely take that. That was a big defensive key that Mark Kellogg talked about after the game. But it was just a great day. And Cam, what'd you pick from that one?
Well, like you said, you would have liked to see a little bit more on offense, but if you're holding them to 43, who cares? Yeah. You can get away with having an off night shooting the ball. If you're going to force as many turnovers as they did, I'm playing with the box right now. What was the number? 24?
Yeah, somewhere in there. And WVU, they almost held Kansas scoreless for the whole first half. They almost did, or first quarter, excuse me.
They went on a quick 6-0 run in the last minute.
There was there was an and one, and then a buzzer beating 3-pointer.
Made 3, yeah.
Yeah.
It took them 8.5 minutes to score, I think.
Yeah,
something like that. It was at the first TV timeout, I turned to Luke and said, because we were on the call for this game, I turned to Luke and said, did Kansas not know WVU was going to press? Because they looked lost. They had no answer. And WVU was sending some of the fastest players in the conference, I would argue, with Jordan Harrison and JJ Quinterly in the backcourt. I feel like I always mix up backcourt and front court. They were the key of that press, and they had no answer for that.
Jordan Harrison and JJ Quinterly were going nuts at the head of that press.
And then yeah, actually, I'll let Brian go here because
I was able to stay there for the first half of the game. And Kansas is a solid team. They were 14-8 coming into the game.
Yeah, they're not bad.
And I think that obviously that Jordan Harrison bounced back from she was in foul trouble against Oklahoma State, I believe, and they're still able to get a ranked win. But again, she
fouled out of that game.
Yeah, she fouled out with 8 minutes left. But that was a dominant win from start to finish. Sydney Shaw scored 11 of the first, I believe, 13 of the first 15 points.
She scored all the first 8.
Yeah, and she had a career high. But they're just, when they get out in transition, there's not many teams better in the country scoring in a fast-paced environment. It was just games where you have 3 players scoring 15 plus. It's going to be that's a recipe for success because Jordan Harrison definitely needed a game like that because the last couple of games, not that she was struggling, because there's games where she doesn't score but she still runs the team offense and get things going there. She can play well without scoring, without shooting well, but was able. She had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. And I think that JJ also only played 22 minutes. Was she in foul trouble?
She got too early.
She got too early,
and had to sit for most of the first half.
But yeah, they and then I know Terzan Moore saw early action in the game as well.
Second straight game.
Yeah, and she had obviously battling with minutes between CC and Jordan Thomas. But Sydney Woodley's been huge. Woodley, yes. Has been huge for them. Absolutely huge for them. Bench spark. There's not a lot of stuff she doesn't really show up in the stat sheet. A lot of deflections, getting on in transition, just making the extra play, making the right pass. And Coach Kellogg always talks very highly of her in the press conference, and you can see why.
Elite defender. I've heard him use that term, elite defender, about her multiple times. I think she might have the quickest hands on defense on the whole team. And that is on a team with JJ Quinterly.
Jordan Harrison and Sydney Shaw after the game were asked about Sydney Woodley's defense, and I think Sydney Shaw said something to the effect of if Woodley was guarding me and I had the ball, I am not putting it on the floor. I'm passing that. I do not want nothing to do with that.
And I'm sure there's a lot of Power 5 programs she definitely could start at. Just she happens to be at a program with probably arguably one of the best backcourts in the country, and for her to kind of buy into that role, I believe she's a senior. buy into that
Fifth
role.
year.
She's a fifth-year senior. For her to buy into that role and just come off the bench, she kind of just does whatever the team needs, whether that's score, pass, get the ball where it needs to go, or just defend, obviously. She's been able to do that, and, she's one of those players where, you need that on championship contending teams.
Yeah.
And that's really a compliment for Sydney Shaw to say that about Sydney Woodley, because Shaw, the last 2 games, she has led the team in points both times. She's been a player that has been so good for this team. She's really come along nicely. I mean, she was not a defensive player whatsoever whenever she transferred in from Auburn, and she's averaging several steals a game. Yeah. Just over 2 steals a game, which is unbelievable. And Mark Kellogg just does that to these players. He has this mindset, this defensive mindset, and he gets them all to buy into it. And Sydney Woodley, obviously, elite defender, whatever he wants to call her. She's been just that. Sydney Shaw, she's brought all of her scoring skills, even upped them from Auburn, and she's also brought that other end of her game that has just made this team so well-rounded. I'm very happy with where this team is. I think they have a chance to make a real run.
I think she also sorry to cut you off, Luke, but I think she also complements very well to JJ and Jordan, because she's the third scorer. There's a lot of teams she could be the second scorer, but with this team, it's JJ Quinterly is going to get all the attention. But with JJ Quinterly, with Jordan Harrison running the offense, you have Quinterly, who teams are going to focus on. So Sydney Shaw is good. She gets a lot of. There's a couple times during the Kansas game, how is she that wide open?
Exactly. I was about to make the point of having a sharpshooter like that who can play off the ball,
and she can get to the rim,
and to just play catch and shoot.
That's kind of she was the player this team was missing last year. Yeah. Because whether it's starting or coming off, she started every game, or most of the games. But even if she was coming off the bench, that was the exact player they needed, and she's just been able to really I'll say it to myself, how is she that wide open? But when you have JJ Quinterly, and then Kaya Watson can hit a couple threes.
Well, when she makes her first 2 and then you leave her open again, that's when you have to ask the question, what do you?
And also, all her misses are always right around. She's always right there.
Well, Kansas was in that 2-3 zone and kind of just parked themselves in the paint, didn't want WU to get to the basket, and Sydney Shaw took exception to that. She's like, all right, I'm just going to keep firing this then.
And then you had some offensive rebounds, and I wish they kept track of this stat, but 3-pointers off of second chance points. I'm sure maybe it's out there somewhere, but so many of those feel because you get those inside out shots that are so much more high percentage, and that's what coaches look for. They love inside out shots because you catch that right in the shooter's pocket. You're not ripping it from across your body to get it up. But if you get the offensive rebound, that sets it up that much more likely, I guess, that you could have that opportunity. And Sydney Shaw knocked down a couple of them, I think, in that game. Yeah. And it was just really impressive to see. She makes it happen in all phases of the game. It's just, the defense is so good for WVU, but it makes you not worry, I don't want to say, but I know that they talked about the half-court offense a little bit. Kansas head coach said, we were shutting them down in the half court. It was the transition points that were getting them. And you'll look at WVU's season and you'll see all the scoring, but there are some times where the half court offense really probably isn't clicking as much as you want it to.
Yeah, well, now we're being nitpicky. I thought we were just being so positive.
Well, we got to be fair.
I'm just kidding. I think the reason, I think a lot of it's also that their defense has been so good, so dominant. The games where they've struggled offensively, they've been able to still get past certain teams. I don't know off the top of my head, but they have a handful of wins, probably over 30 points. A couple of them over 40 points. But when
WVU wins, they win big.
They win big.
Where you're getting at.
That's why I do think they need a game where it's back and forth. There've been a couple closer ones. But, most of their wins.
Going through every one of their wins is just
pretty dominant.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to get tough.
Texas was a very close one.
Yeah, it's going to get tougher when they play, obviously Kansas State and TCU in that stretch. But if they can put together two, those if they can get just a tight win where it's back and forth. Obviously you take all the dominant wins you can, but sometimes it's good to get tested just a little bit, and I think that's something that could benefit them.
Yeah, and I think you'll kind of see that upcoming. They have a really big stretch here. At Houston, but then you have Baylor at Waco, then you host Cincinnati and Kansas State, then you're on the road for TCU and back home for Utah. Utah's been in and out of the rankings this year. Kansas State just beat TCU, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
I think you're right.
The Kansas head coach, whose name is slipping my mind, it referred to Kansas State and WVU as the two best teams in the conference.
Yeah, he said
that he believes that they will be the ones playing for the title.
Yeah. You've said it would come down to these two teams.
You had to take that with a little bit of a grain of salt because he did just get blown out by both of those teams when he said that. So, But yeah, I don't know. High praise from even the Oklahoma State coach. She gave WVU a lot of credit too with the way that they play.
Talk about that Oklahoma State game. They held a ranked team to 37 points.
Yep. And I think you could make the argument that
They didn't let them score for 11 minutes, Joey.
Yeah, 37 points to a ranked team.
Yeah.
That's
that,
why
that team scores a lot too.
Yeah,
they
they
average
average
like
70
70
a game.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought it was like 70,
No, they average 80 a
and
game.
they only scored 36.
Giving me chills, Joey.
Yeah.
Literal chills.
And they didn't even play. They didn't even. I mean, their defense was absolutely elite, but their offense wasn't anything crazy. I mean, as we said, Jordan Harrison was in foul trouble. Again, I mean, Sidney Shaw's been a terror from three, but that's what I'm saying though. Like they're able to, since their defense is so dominant, the entire game, they don't miss a beat. They're able to get away with games where they don't, like, kind of opposite from the men's games. Like they can shoot 20% from three and beat teams by 20. They've been able to do that because their defense is so elite, and their bench has always been. Again, I kind of know what I said before. The stuff their bench doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but their bench depth has been there all year.
In both of these games, they even struggled to let the other opponent get shots up.
Yeah.
Like Oklahoma State shot 21% from the field and 8% from three.
They scored double digits in one quarter.
One of the four quarters. Yes, you're right. They scored 15 in the third quarter. 6-8, 15-8 was how their box score breakdown.
Ooh, it's looking like we have an announcement. Hold on.
Oh.
Well,
Give me one
we have
sec.
breaking news.
I think we might have breaking news.
Breaking news. What do you mean?
If what Bryce Cohen just texted me is accurate. All right, we are back. Just had to confirm some news that we were given, and it is confirmed that Jaden Stone for WVU men's basketball is out for the season. He's going to take a medical red shirt and look to come back next season. I mean, never really got to see him suit up outside of the exhibition game this year, and I'm trying to find those stats right now to read him off, but I'm not even finding him there. But he was a guy that a lot of 19 minutes, 2 points. So he got some boards in that game, and that's the only look that WVU fans have been able to have for him. So a big loss for WVU. He was a 20-point per game scorer last season, and it feels like a big loss, even though he's not really a guy who the team got to see suit up for the team.
Yeah, I mean, what year was he? He was a senior, so he'll still have another year, I think, right? If he gets the red shirt. I believe he's a senior.
Yes, he's a senior right now.
Obviously, it's all up in the air, but yeah, I mean, again, he was at Detroit, I believe.
Detroit Mercy
before coming to WVU. Didn't get a chance to see a ton of him this year, but I don't want to. I'm not 100% sure what the reasoning was. I know a lot of the times, they kind of kept it, I guess within the team, within the program. So I don't want to speak too much on it, but whatever he's dealing with, hope to see him back on the court soon. But as DeVries said, they have a bunch of guys who've been able to step up, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is that's all we'll really discuss about that. Hopefully you can see him next season, and hopefully he gets that medical red shirt granted. A potential contributor for WVU. But, I mean, you look at it for next year, if you keep Jaden Stone and Tucker DeVries around, I mean, that's a positive to lay some groundwork for next year's team. And I really hope he gets that opportunity to
when will we
come
know?
back and play. I'm not sure. I feel like there's a whole process.
I'm sure it's NCAA. I'm sure it's a whole process. Yeah.
But, I mean, he didn't play a game this year. I would have a hard time imagining he'd have a hard time getting that red shirt.
Oh, because the only game he played in was the exhibition game.
It wasn't even
a
an official game. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. We will.
That was fun little breaking news on MSI. We don't get that very often.
We will move into some of the Olympic sports happening around. Gymnastics continues to soar and set.
Oh, I like what you did there, Lou.
Great job.
They do that from time to time. They soar through the air, and they had another season high this season while hosting 2 top 5 teams in the WVU Coliseum. So I didn't get the chance to be there. I'm sure it was a great environment. I think there was a pretty decent crowd from what I understand.
They had like all the other sports on the concourse, like doing like I saw like clips of, like volleyball players setting balls to young Mountaineer fans and stuff like that. So they do a good job with that stuff, like keeping fans engaged, because those are long days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they had a season high of 195.475. So congratulations to the gymnastics team. They're going to kick off next against Iowa State this Sunday. Another meet, yes, I believe.
Match?
Yes, meet. They're doing the pink meet. So,
Whoa.
There we go.
Let's go.
So they will host Iowa State for the next Big 12 matchup. And moving forward, wrestling got a win yesterday. Yesterday. Another good one for them. Big 12 play can be really tough, so it's good to see them get wins whenever they can get them. I have to remind myself who they got the win over real quick. Do you have that up in front of you, Cam?
Which one?
Wrestling.
I don't. It was Utah Valley.
Utah Valley.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not sure.
I mean, you read it, Joey.
Huh?
I just know it.
That was good. Quick.
Conferences are weird in wrestling, so I'm not. That is a Big 12 team.
What?
Utah Valley.
I did not know that.
In wrestling, I'll read off to you some teams they played in Big 12 play. In Missouri and Northern Iowa are both Big 12 teams, and so is Wyoming.
So that's a MAC school and an SEC team.
Wyoming too. Is that?
What is Wyoming in?
They are at Mountain West.
Mount West, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, but
that's weird, huh? I wonder how
I would love to know how that works.
Exactly. How does the
me too.
financials of that work?
I know.
Yeah. So also, Peyton Hall is inching closer and closer and closer to the all-time career wins record at WVU.
Wow.
So that is a big one. I mean, he's just dominant. West Virginia native. I know guys from my high school who were keeping track of his career whenever we were in high school because we were in high school with them at the same time.
Right.
So that is really, really fun to see. Always good to see West Virginia natives succeeding on the court. And speaking of West Virginia natives succeeding on the court, WVU tennis.
Do you guys see the
getting a
smile
little
on his
flashy over
face?
WVU tennis.
Let's hear
WVU
it.
tennis has been going through a bit of a skid lately. A lot of new pieces on this roster, and I think there's a lot of young players. There are 3 freshmen that are getting considerable playing time for this team. One of which is Morgantown freshman Lila Byers. Morgantown native and left high school early to come suit up for the Mountaineers and to get good minutes. She might not even be 18 yet. She might still be 17 and playing college tennis, which is very impressive. So WVU 4-match skid right now. Misha Kucherova has been holding strong whenever she plays in the matches that she's able to. They're going to have 2 doubleheaders coming up. Cleveland State at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Mount St. Mary's at 5 p.m. I believe Cleveland State and Mount St. Mary's are going to play each other. So in between that, so WVU will get a nice little break in between. And then next weekend, it is Toledo at 10 a.m. and Temple at 3 p.m. at Summit Tennis Academy in Morgantown. And tomorrow, they're doing an AirPods giveaway, gentlemen.
What was the last one?
It was the
AirPod
Switch.
Pros. Last time was a Switch. Yeah. And they got a good little crowd out there for it. It was cool to see.
Yeah,
But
awesome.
they'll be doing an AirPod Pro giveaway. I know last year they gave away a PS5. They might do that
What?
later in the year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gets people
Pull out all
going.
the stops.
Yeah.
I got some golf stuff.
Yes. Take us through golf camp.
So WVU started their spring campaign. They kind of play like 2 series of seasons almost. They play the fall set of tournaments, and then the bulk of their season is in the spring when the weather gets nicer here in West Virginia. But took 3rd place in their first tournament of the spring down in Charleston. NC State took first place. WVU did really, really strong showing. A 3rd place start for their year is exactly how you want to get going. Kovic said after that's exactly the start they needed for this season. They will next play in Florida, Gainesville, the 15th and 16th next weekend. While we're here, I'm going to do a little pledge drive plug here. WVU, our student radio station here, U92, that what this podcast is brought to you by, holds our biggest fundraising event of the year is the pledge drive that we do. It's 36 hours of live programming here on U92 The Moose, 91.7 FM. If you're in the Morgantown area, you can also always listen live at u92themoose.com. The Mountaineer Sports Insider, these 4 handsome gentlemen you're listening to right now will take over we have a 30-minute slot at 5 o'clock on Thursday afternoon, next Thursday, the 13th. So make sure to tune in for that. And I believe we're going to record that and upload that as a Friday episode. So if you aren't able to catch it live, don't worry, you aren't missing anything. We will still upload that as our regular Friday episode. The sports staff will also take over for that 2-hour slot until 7 o'clock, and then Mounts in the Morning will take place at its regular time. So yeah, just definitely wanted to get that plug in there. Please donate if you're able. Keep an eye out for socials and more information for stuff like that. And yeah, pledge your love to the Moose.
Yeah.
Anything else? Did I miss anything?
No, I think you're about good.
I didn't even practice that. I thought that was
good.
That was a good
plug.
plug.
It was very good, impromptu, to the point.
I felt like I have every ounce of information I need to right now.
Wow. You know what, Luke?
Wow.
That's really nice of you.
Luke.
Yeah.
Can I talk about baseball before we end?
Oh, yes. Give us some baseball stuff.
I have something real quick. I think the fans are going to love Sabins.
Yeah.
Did you listen to that press conference yet?
It's so good.
He's very good at talking about baseball.
He's so happy about all of his guys.
He's fired up.
Me and Cam were texting about this guy. Cam was like, "You have to listen to this press conference." So I sat down and I watched it. Oh my goodness. He loves baseball.
He oozes with baseball knowledge.
He loves his guys. It's almost like it's Jim Harbaugh, the way he's so excited.
I love guys that love
baseball. Yes, it's like you get that vibe from him, and I love it. He's so happy to be coaching this team, and I feel like a lot of fans just assume, Randy Mazey's gone, J.J. Weatherholt's gone, the team won't be as good this year. They were picked 4th in the Big 12 preseason poll. That's voted on by the league's coaches. That is the highest predicted finish for WVU since joining the Big 12. The highest they've ever been predicted to finish in the Big 12, which is unbelievable considering the last couple of years have been some of the best for WVU
and
baseball.
A top draft pick.
Yeah, and you have a top 10 MLB
and a Hall of Fame
pick.
coach. Yeah,
this team's going to be really good, and I think it's going under the radar right now. And we haven't seen him out on the field yet, but I like a lot of the things I see from Sabins, and this is still a really good team. So
he got me very fired up about a one Logan Save. He referred to him as he used a couple different terms, but I think the one that stuck out to me was a quiet superstar because he's a catcher. You don't normally see catchers shine as much because their job is to make the pitcher look as good as possible. He's a very effective bat, and he's very solid behind the plate. And he got me very excited about this team.
Oh yeah.
Baseball season. I love baseball season. It's one of my favorites. Women's basketball and baseball, if I had to pick two, I would probably be my two favorite to cover.
I think I have not covered baseball yet.
Oh, they're so fun.
Baseball is by far, out of all the sports on this campus, I probably know the least about baseball.
We should do like a one-off episode or something, like educating me and you educate Luke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can tell you. You don't.
I'll be
like you don't know. You know the rules of baseball.
Do you know who played in the World Series this year? Let's start with that.
Oh, Yankees.
Yeah.
Was it Dodgers?
Yes. All right. That was pretty good.
I feel like I remember. Well, I know you and Bryce are Yankees fans,
right,
so that's all I heard about.
Well, yeah.
And,
you know what? That's a good point.
He's where the Yankees at right now.
Yeah,
so.
I'm where
Yankees at right now.
I did not realize.
But no, I know 9 innings, 3 outs. An error is when you drop it.
He's got the basics.
Yeah.
He's got more than we know.
Ball and strike, the rules are made up there.
You're not
because
giving yourself enough credit.
They're not supposed to be made.
Yeah. the rules basically don't exist for balls and strikes. Well, if you're standing behind the plate with that face mask on, whatever you say goes.
It's the most subjective sport.
Yeah.
To referee, yeah.
One of these days we're going to have holograms. So we can just tell, right?
Robot umps.
They are already trying
That's
to do like robot umps.
But...
It is very controversial because apparently the robots aren't even as accurate as the real umpires yet. Yeah. So
listen, I don't follow baseball at all. I could name you like 3 players currently in the MLB, but I know who Angel Hernandez is. And that's a problem.
Well, I think he's done. I think he's retired.
Yeah, he's retired, but like I know it was like celebrated when he did.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time screaming at that guy through my TV.
Yeah.
So
I did want to say before we go.
Yes.
For the first time in 3 years, the 92ers.
Oh yeah. Oh, I cannot believe we've almost forgot about this.
Have won an intramural game of basketball. And we're not even at full strength yet, baby, because I have yet to make my 2025, the year of our Lord 2025 debut. And how many did you drop, B?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I was out there out there just diming.
Can you tell me what the new kid on the block, Nick Castrilli? I want to hear about his plan. Like what role did you have him in?
The rumor is that he was getting silly.
He was getting a little silly. I'll say this, we had practice. We had a team practice on Sunday, And I was just, passing to Castrilli, where I'm like, this is gonna be great. Like this dude's
Just
like
feeding him.
Yeah, it's like
he
no
can shoot. And he's good off
exactly.
the
And
dribble
no
also.
disrespect to our team last year, but it's like
No, it's okay, Brian. You can.
our team was not very good. and this year,
Some might say it has something to do with the coaching.
the coaching definitely an issue, but I'm not gonna get into it.
Burger race.
I'm not gonna get. I'll say this though.
Tanner. I need to send.
I'll say this.
Oh yeah, he'll like that.
Me and Castrilli, everyone else on the team. Bryce played absolutely great. We had pretty much almost everyone on the team scored, but like, just they got to watch out. Like we got me and Castrilli. Like I just feel the chemistry, man. Like I was just like diming him. Like
LeBron
this dude's.
Wade.
Oh yeah, literally. It's like honestly, if I didn't take a single shot, I'm confident we would have won that game.
Well, you also held him to 18.
Who did you guys play?
Another team.
You know what?
Why is Luke giving me that?
We played
We'll
a
tell you
team.
after.
We played a team that they tried their best, and it was. I think we just.
Is it true that you guys played the Pride of West Virginia,
I cannot confirm nor deny.
the Mountaineer marching band?
Well, I mean,
I
if it
play
was
who's
all,
ever in
if
the
it was
other
all like
jersey.
200 of them, it'd probably be a different result.
Okay, well,
Luke.
I'll say this. All I said was going into the season, I wanted to graduate here with a win. I don't care who we played. I don't care if the score was 2-0 or 198. I was leaving here with a win, and I got it. So
I need
but
mine.
Job's not finished. The season's not over. Luke hasn't played
So
yet.
do you guys guarantee a playoff game now that you won?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. But I don't want to get our
We're
hopes up.
talking about
me?
playoffs, damn Scott.
Hey, we can't look too far ahead, game by
right.
game. I'm focused on Wednesday's matchup.
Fruits and vegetables only.
Fruit and vegetables on the bedtime 8 p.m. I enforced
That's
that.
hard whenever we play at 8:45.
That's true.
It's the night before, Luke.
on a
Yeah.
Wednesday.
It's the night before.
That's true.
Wow, Luke.
Yeah, we're gonna go to bed before the game, guys.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's all good. Luke's just excited, man.
I'm excited. I'm hyped up.
That's my left bench power forward. No, I'm playing.
Listen, we just went on talking about how good of a sharpshooter Sidney Shaw is today. Y'all wait till how they talk about me whenever I get on the court. I'll be ready. A 3-point
Luke
contest.
Blain,
me and
who went
Sidney
like
Shaw.
3 for 95 last season.
No, 1 for 95. I only made one.
And then all of Luke's friends were booing me whenever I had the ball in the last game. I'm trying.
I'll keep them in line. Don't worry.
No, it's all good. I
have
appreciate
security
it.
get them out.
I appreciated them caring and wanting to be there.
Yeah.
So it's all good. But hey, season's not over. We'll let you guys know how next Wednesday goes. But
Yeah. Or you could just show up to the WV Rec Center.
yeah, because I'm sure they would
But
absolutely
if you
love to.
don't, make sure
bet
you're
we
tuned
could.
into Sports Night from 6 to 10 here on Wednesday nights on Unity to the Moose.
Oh, could we just get like a live broadcast of our intramural game?
We would need. See, we could. We need
Oh,
an
the fact that it's not an immediate no
Well, no,
makes
we
me
need
really
an Ethernet.
happy.
We need an Ethernet port. We need to be able to like connect to. But do we? What if we did a radio jar?
The way, like, for a playoff game,
I'm-
like the week of the playoffs, like we could.
I'm thinking like tech logistics right now, and
We'll have to get back to you on that.
I think it would have to be me and you calling the game, right?
But it's the thing is, it's on a Wednesday, so we could almost be like the last hour.
We
of
would do-
sports
yeah,
night
we would
is
do-
going to be the intramural game.
Like we would do the first hour or so here, and then jet to the Coliseum. Imagine.
I wish.
Go to
Yeah.
the rec center.
There's a lot of
Pre-half,
logistics.
we do pre-half and post.
Yeah, we.
We could do like coach interviews. Okay, wheels are turning. Wheels are turning.
The fact that
this
this
is-
is a real conversation being had right in front of me is like really exciting.
Luke's like shaking with excitement right
I
now
actually,
about us
like-
possibly broadcasting this game.
Literal chills.
Literal chills. Do we have anything else on WVU Sports?
Don't believe so.
You should end the show. You actually did technically host
Well,
today.
thank you. Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of the Mountaineer Sports Insider. Be sure to follow along on all of our social medias. Look out for recaps in the Daily Athenaeum and tune in to U92 The Moose for home men's and women's basketball games. And
Baseball coming up.
baseball's coming up too. Yes. And if you see us, stop by and say hi.
Wow.
I'll sign some autographs.
Okay.
I'll do that. So we will see you next week right here on the Mountaineer Sports Insider.